I need to get my life together like ASAP, preferably like today. Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I am going to do a fast get ready with me, chit chatty get ready with me. Basically, I have some thoughts in my mind that I just kind of want to get out there in the universe and talk to you guys and kind of give you an update of what's going on and what I think I'm going to be doing this month with my YouTube channel. By the way, check out this black eye. I don't know if you guys can see it. I have my ring light on, but it goes like all the way down into my cheek. I also have a bruise here, and then I have a bruise right here in my arm, and then I also have a bruise right there. So anybody who doesn't understand like how serious night terrors are, that's what happens. We need to put some makeup on this face and get it looking a little bit better. So I've already put primer on. So anyway, so chit chatty. It's May 1st, so it's Tuesday, and I have so much going on. I have a mirror that sits right there, and the kitten will play with it, and she'll make so much noise, so I had to move it out of the way. But anyway, so I was looking over the videos from last month, and I feel like there was no consistency as far as when I was posting, how I was posting, what I was posting, and I just feel like my videos were all over the place, my posting times were all over the place, like there's just no consistency. And that's not how I want to run my YouTube channel. I want there to be, I'm very passionate about having a YouTube channel, and I know that that sounds weird to some people, like they don't understand. This isn't, I mean, as much as it is for you, I want everybody to enjoy it. It's also for me. It holds me accountable in a lot of different areas, but then it's also helping me feel better connected in ways that I kind of seclude myself and stuff like that. So it is helping. By the way, my mirror's over here, so if I look that way, let me see if I can turn you guys that way a little bit anyhow. Okay, first we gotta cover up this black eye. I went and got my eyebrows waxed today, and she noticed it, and I was like, my husband doesn't beat me. Nope, I beat myself in the middle of the night, asleep, with my end table. I want you guys to know what to expect from me. And while I am a very chaotic, unplanned, spontaneous person, and you can expect that from me, I do want to have at least some consistency as far as at least a couple of planned posts every week. That way you guys can look forward for specific days of the week, knowing I'm gonna get this from Sarah, I'm gonna get that from Sarah. And then, you know, if there's spontaneous videos in between, then there's spontaneous videos in between. As I was looking over just my entire channel, I noticed that I have a lot of interests. Within doing YouTube, I have a ton of passions. And I don't want to limit myself to where I'm not engaging in all of those passions, because I've been posting my vegan eat series. I've also been posting my beauty videos. I've also done like challenges and tags, obviously vlogs and things like that. And then this month I'm going to be adding in true crime. I actually have a series I'm going to talk about in just a few minutes. So I don't want to limit myself from doing any of those videos. I just have to find some kind of balance. Also, I've not been in a very good spot lately, and that's primarily just because of a lot of the stuff that I've got going on in my life that I'm kind of ignoring, and I'm not really focusing on, and I'm frustrated with myself for a lot of different reasons. Last month was challenging because I kind of got away from what makes me me. I kind of got away from the things that make me happy, and I'll explain that. I kind of got hooked up with some people who I thought were like really good friends of mine, and I mean, I'm not saying that they're not friends of mine, and I'm not saying that they're not good people or that like I'm not gonna hang out with them in the future, but their relationship with me did bring a lot of unnecessary drama and unnecessary just stress, and it definitely affected my sleep. It's definitely been affecting my eating. It's been affecting my other relationships because I've been putting so much focus on them. I've actually been neglecting the relationships that matter most to me with my friends who are more tried and true. And while I don't want to end friendships with these people, I honestly kind of think they might already be ended. So yeah, there's that, but I'm actually not really upset. I mean, I am, but I'm not. It's kind of a weird situation. Like, for once in my life, I know that these relationships were more on the toxic side than the positive, nurturing side. I've had to create some separation from these certain people, and it's actually been doing really well. It's been helping me a lot, and I feel honestly a lot better about it. For sure. I feel like I'm more in control. My sleeping's getting a little bit better and back on track. I mean, I have to say that loosely, a little bit. Obviously, with my bruising, I've been having some issues with night terrors and nightmares, so there's still an issue with that. I've not been going to therapy consistently like I promised I was going to do in April, so I'm definitely going to be doing that. But I've had to kind of take a step back and say, okay, yeah, Sarah, you're a people pleaser, but you don't have to please people. Like, you have other obligations. You have children, you have a husband, you have, you know, your tried and true friends who've been there through all of your issues. These people are like new to my life, and I just feel like in being their friend and trying to make them happy, I was kind of going backward on my moral code or moral compass. I mean, not really, because they weren't making me do things that I wouldn't already do. I was just engaging in them and neglecting the things that I'm actually really wanting to do. Which are the things that I'm passionate about, like my photography, my art. I've not felt very creative. The last several times I've sat down to try to make a video, I've hated them. And so I have actually not posted the videos that I've made, and I just keep deleting them and I keep trying to make them. And it's just, they're so forced that they're not the kind of content that I want to create on my channel. So, it's like I said, it's created a lot of issues. These relationships just, they're very unsettling, and I haven't lost myself per se, but I have definitely limited who I really am, and like I said, focused on areas that just don't line up with my goals in life. Because last month I didn't do anything with my beauty business. Nothing, not a thing. But so I really want to get back to doing the things that make me passionate. Like last month I did one wedding. That's it, just one wedding. I didn't do any other shoots, which I'm almost done editing that wedding, so I can't wait to post that. But I haven't done anything with my photography. I did absolutely nothing with my beauty business. And it shows, like, our finances like took a big hit because I essentially quit working last month, and we rely on my financial contributions, and I basically kicked the businesses that I've been growing to the curb and just collapsed. And I mean, you guys saw how many stress videos I had last week, how many updates, how many, you know what I mean? Like, you guys saw a lot of the issues that I was going through last month. So yeah, it's pretty frustrating. So basically, I want to get back to the things that make me passionate, which obviously is art and creativity. And I'm doing 2 videos today. I'm doing this video, and then I'm doing a second video. And the second video is something that I'm actually working on, a project that is going to help me find that structure and balance that I want. And it's also going to give me a little bit of a creative outlet, because I'm a creative human being. Some people, you know, different things make them tick, and creativity, self-expression, that's what makes me happy. That's what gives me my sense of self-worth. That's what gives me my voice, if that makes any sense. I have to be creative. If I'm not creative, I feel like my soul is just not surviving. Yeah, I really, so that's my goal. These are my goals for this month, okay? Obviously, I'm going to eliminate or limit, I just dropped my palette on the floor. Does anybody else hate that? Nothing broke though, so it's all good. But I am definitely going to be limiting or eliminating toxic relationships, which I've been doing well in the past with doing. I mean, I got rid of a relationship that was almost 20 years old a couple months ago, and that was the most freeing thing ever. But then of course I go back to yet another relationship that is stressful and semi-toxic. I mean, the people, I feel bad calling them toxic because they're not toxic people. They just are those kinds of people that kind of thrive more in the drama. So anyway, let me blend in my concealer because I gotta hide this black eye. And I'm gonna get back into what like sets my soul on fire. So I'm gonna try not to necessarily focus on doing like client work, simply because one, my full frame professional camera is still not fixed, and I don't really know when we're gonna be able to get it fixed. So I'm not gonna be able to necessarily do client work right now, but I want to get back into just doing like my work, like the fine art stuff. I definitely want to get back into the darkroom and start developing those photos and learn more about, you know, manual editing and manual printing and things like that. So that is definitely one of my goals this month. And then another thing is I want to get back into doing collages. I love doing collages. I want to draw some more. I want to get back into writing. I have all these books that I bought like 2 months ago, and I've only read like the first couple of chapters of one of them. So I see myself like taking a picnic blanket like outside like I used to, and just relaxing and reading in the sunshine with a snack and just having a good old time. I don't have Sarah time, and that essentially is what I need to do, is create time for myself. I don't know, I fall into this hole and I lose myself in other people. And I know it's part of just being a empathetic, compassionate, emotional being, but it's also part of being borderline. I just lose myself in other people, and I want to make people happy. And it's usually the people who don't really care about me or my happiness. And it sucks because it makes me neglect the people that actually do care and are more deserving of my time. I don't even think you can tell I have a black eye anymore. Thank you, concealer. Okay, so there is that. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face. Normally I don't do that until after, but I'm gonna go for a walk. Okay, so that leads me to like my next point. I am really struggling right now with my body size and shape, like really struggling. I know in previous videos I had stated how I was the largest weight I had ever been, which was not a lie. I weighed myself this morning and I'm at an even higher weight, which is really frustrating because I technically was, oh my gosh, I completely forgot I put makeup on my neck and I didn't even blend it. Whoops. But yeah, so I'm at an even higher weight than what I've ever been at before. And I literally have no clothes that fit. I have one pair of leggings and like 5 shirts, most of which are sweatshirts. And it's officially like in the 70s in Indiana, which I mean is still kind of cool for me because I like 80s and 90s. However, I don't have any clothes, and I just for the 4th time like replaced my wardrobe, and I don't need to be this weight. Like my BMI is good, but I don't need to gain because I was at a healthy weight 20 pounds ago. And so one of my goals this month, and this is going to be really hard, and I am going to be working very closely with my dietitian, my doctor, my therapist, my psychiatrist, everybody. But I'm going to try to possibly add fitness into my lifestyle maybe lose a little bit of weight, but really my goal is increasing my fitness and my strength, and like more working on like my body structure instead of focusing on my body's weight. So I don't know, it's hard for me because again, this is something where I'm very imbalanced. I'm not a balanced person when it comes to basically everything. I am going to try to like eat healthily without limiting calories and dieting, because I don't want to get back into dieting because that's a very, very, very slippery slope of dangerousness for me. I don't know how to exercise without over exercising. So it's going to be challenging, but it's also really necessary. It's necessary. I got to do something to feel comfortable in my skin. And, you know, if I'm going to stay at this weight, fine, I'm going to stay at this weight, but then I need to do something about my fitness. I need to have like, you know, I don't like what I see in the mirror. And I should be able to say that and then feel like I can change that without feeling like I'm gonna go down the deep end. Like, part of recovery needs to be me being able to exercise and know my limitations. And when I talked to Kestrel last week, I asked her if I was cleared to exercise, and then she was kind of like, well, it depends. What do you mean? Are you going to be like on the elliptical going as fast as you can, or are you going to try to do it in balance? And so she more or less said that like I can exercise, but it's got to be within balance. It's got to be within healthy limits. I can't go overboard. Ooh, I feel like my black eye is already starting to show again. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know. It's going to be a frustrating thing. So I just feel like, okay, I've recovered. I've learned how to eat, but I'm eating like a garbage can, so I really haven't learned how to eat. But I've learned how to consume food and feel less guilty. So I think the next step of recovery is learning how to balance exercise and be able to increase fitness without basically essentially losing my mind. I think if I could lose 10 pounds and lower my fat percentage and increase my muscle percentage, my muscle tone, I think I'd be good. If you're somebody who struggles with an eating disorder, like, you know, that balance, that inner voice that says, okay, that's enough, stop. It doesn't always show up. So, but my husband's obviously gonna be a part of this process. And like I said, I'm gonna have my doctors and my therapist and everybody in this as well. That way I'm not doing this alone. Obviously, I'm gonna still be going to therapy. I'm still taking my medications as prescribed, which is kind of odd for me because usually I struggle with taking my antidepressants because I don't feel like I deserve to feel healthy, and it makes me feel better. Guys, mental illness is messed up. Okay, so yeah, so my goals are for this month, obviously, to create consistency with my YouTube channel and create content on a more consistent basis that I'm more happy about. Also delve in more into my creativity because I enjoy editing, I enjoy creating, I enjoy the process of YouTube. I do feel like I'm spending an awful lot of time of YouTube and I'm not really getting much of a response. So I don't know if just my content sucks or if it's because of the inconsistency in which I post and what I post, or if maybe like people just really don't care. But I mean, like I said, the YouTube channel is more for me anyhow, and I'm having fun with it, and I'm gonna continue going on with it. And then also like increase my fitness and start working toward a body that is healthy, but also that I'm happy with. I think I'm gonna use bronzer as eyeshadow today because I really don't feel like doing anything complicated. It's just not something I'm concerned about right now. I'm also really upset. When I was saying that our finances are kind of messed up right now, that like leads me on to a whole rant. I am so mad. I'm so mad. Okay, so the other day, this is a rant. This has absolutely really nothing to do with my goals for May. We said that we wanted to take Solomon to go get shaved, and my brother was like, oh, I got this great place. It was called a Special Touch Grooming and Academy, and I should have known from the get-go that this was a very super duper bad idea because they spelled Academy ACEDEMY. Demy. Like, they didn't even know how to spell Academy correctly when they sent me a text message to confirm our appointment. But I was like, whatever, you know, Casey's used them, he was happy. The pricing isn't too terribly bad. We'll just try it out and we'll see what happens. So Anthony took Solomon to his appointment, and then, I mean, he was gone for a couple of hours. We got a text message saying that he was ready to be picked up. Anthony went and picked him up and brought him home, and I mean, he was shaved down to the skin. He's a pumpkin. He's a Pomeranian Yorkie. So he's a Pomeranian Yorkie, and he's supposed to have a little bit on the longish side here. Like, he was completely bald, and he had all these spots on his body where they like nicked him, and his skin was actually like, they had like bloody patches, if that makes any sense. And I was actually like really upset about that. But I again was like, okay, Anthony's really happy about this. I am not going to push any limits. I'm just gonna say, okay, let's keep going with this, whatever. So they have this deal where every other week you pay $20. You bring your dog in and they give them whatever grooming it is that they need, which again, I was like, that sounds really excessive, because $40 a month to basically get him bathed, because he's the kind of dog that you only shave once every 8 to 12 weeks. So we don't shave him until he hits 12 weeks. So we're paying, it costs us $45 once every 12 weeks to get him bathed and shaved and his teeth brushed and all this stuff. Or at this other place, that was like at our other groomers, or at this other place, it was going to cost us $40 a month, where he was only getting bathed twice a month, which we can do at home. We can bathe him at home. And like, I mean, I get clipping his nails and stuff. We take our Chihuahua to get his nails clipped, so we can take them at the same time. That only costs $7 over $20. So I was really confused about the price, but I was like, whatever. Anthony thinks this is a great idea. I'm gonna go with it. We're gonna see what happens. So we hit his first like follow-up appointment, and this again, I should have seen this as a bad sign, because I got a text that said Academy misspelled. But then when I show up at 9:30, my appointment was at 9:30, so I did my part and I showed up responsibly at the right time. And I bring him in and the lady's like, oh, who is he? And I said, he's Solomon, which is fine. I don't expect them to know my dog yet. That was only one time. So she was like, oh, he's not on the books. Well, then this other lady comes in and it's like, oh, no, I took his appointment. I just forgot to put him in. He actually does have an appointment. And I was like, yeah, it was supposed to be at 9:30. So then I get a text message that says, your dog has been scheduled for his appointment at 11:30. And I'm like, wait a minute. I just dropped him off at 9:30. You didn't have any other dogs. Why are you putting his appointment back to 2 hours? And so they keep him in a cage, which I understand. Again, I understand. The groomer that we used to take him to, that we're still going to be taking him to, didn't put them in cages. They actually have like a pen, so they're not like stuck in one of those cages that are like stacked up on top of each other, like if you went to the like Humane Society or something. So they actually keep them in pens, and I like that because it makes me feel more like they're treating my dog like an actual, you know, important part of somebody's life, rather than just a disposable animal that's used to pick up chicks or something. And so I was like, okay, whatever. So they end up having my dog for over 4 hours. I get a text saying that Solomon is ready to be picked up. I go to pick him up, and the lady wouldn't let me actually sit down and look at him. She didn't want him to be like let loose. So I didn't get to like look at his fur or anything like that. I didn't get to see anything. I didn't really get to like pick him up and look at his body to see like what they did. She was like, oh, he had a bath. We looked at his nails, and then she accuses me. Okay, so let me back up. First of all, the first time that we took him, she offered to buy him off of us, which just to me screams so unprofessional. She offered my husband $100 to buy what is technically a designer breed of dog that she was being paid to groom. She offered to pay us $100. We were like, no, that's no. And so then, so when I go, she offers me $100 to buy him. And I was like, no, he's our dog. Like, we've owned him for 3 years. And then she's like, oh, well, I think he's malnourished. I think he's emaciated and all of this stuff. And she's like, he's got, his teeth are rotting out. And she shows me this one spot where his tooth like does need cleaned. Well, I didn't realize that they don't clean their teeth. Like our other vet, when we take him in, they clean his teeth. And so I was like, okay, do you not clean his teeth? Oh no, we don't do that. And I was like, but wait, you took the time to look at it and he has one tooth that just needs cleaned really good, and it's in the back where I don't have the tools to get back there and clean it. So that's why we were taking him to a groomer. So they don't clean their teeth. But she had that to say. And then she said our dog was emaciated. Our dog is not emaciated. He is a 4-pound pumpkin. He is a naturally small dog. And the shape of his body is like similar, like very common to many other dogs, where his girth is in his chest, and then he does have his sides go in just a little bit. There's no bone showing. There's no like incredible like indentation. Like I've seen emaciated dogs. Yeah, he is not emaciated. So I was just really pissed that first of all, you just tried to buy my dog. Second of all, because I said no, you want to pick out that he's got a tooth that has a piece of food stuck on it. Third of all, you want to accuse my dog of being emaciated when he's not emaciated. So they don't even disclose it. This isn't even really an actual groomer's place. It is a grooming school. And I'm like, okay, so one of your students, okay, so this is a grooming school, and one of your students is offering to buy my dog, calling my dog emaciated, basically calling me a shitty dog owner, saying that his tooth is bad. It's not bad. Again, there is like a piece of food. Like brush his teeth. You're a groomer. I'm just like, whatever, just give me my dog, go. I go to pay and they ask for a tip. They don't give you an opportunity just to pay a regular rate. They have it like 15, 20, 25, 30. Like you have to select one of the four. And I was like, what the French? Like, why are you, don't require me to tip you. I will tip you. However, don't ask me for a tip. When I'm a photographer and when I'm going to do like a photography session, I don't sit here and be like, oh, gratuity, 15, 20, 25, 30. What do you want to tip me? No. So she wouldn't let me have the dog on the floor. She was kind of like pushing me out the door, so I didn't really get a chance to look at him. I get home and he is just a mess. He won't let me touch him. He won't let me be around him. He is shaking profusely. He won't eat. He won't drink. He was acting so just stressed. So I didn't actually get to get a really good look at him until like maybe like 9ish, 10ish at night. And Anthony was gone. He had gone to the Pacers game. And he finally like settled down, came up next to me and snuggled with me. And I swear it had rained like 2 nights before, and he had been outside and he had gotten like a couple small patches of dirt where he likes to run around. He likes to roll in the grass. He likes to play in the mud. And he had a couple patches where he had like just like a little bit of dirt stuck in his fur. It was still in his fur at the house after they supposedly bathed him. Let me see if I can find my phone. Let me show you this. It says, like when you look at them, look at my phone, it says Academy, okay? Your appointment has been scheduled. This is where it says 11, let me see, 11:30. At 9:30 when I dropped him off, it shows that they changed his appointment to 11:30. And it says Academy. Academy. So I ended up sending them a text back. I mean, this was my message to them. And I basically was like, I honestly feel as though I paid you $20 to keep him in a cage and do nothing with him. You don't brush his teeth. You didn't clean his fur. He's still very dirty. He doesn't smell fresh. Like, Solomon is a dog that smells like a dog. And I'm really upset about this. I don't know if you can tell. So Solomon is a dog that smells very much like a dog. Our Chihuahua doesn't stink, but he does. He has a double coat and everything. He's a sweaty dog, and he does not smell fresh. When you bring your dog back from being groomed, they always smell fresh, and there's not going to be these dry patches of dirt. So basically, I was just like, I ended up at the end saying, by the way, you spell Academy incorrectly. So I was really ticked, and I ended up disputing. This is the whole point of this message. When I said like our finances right now are kind of a mess, but I ended up disputing the charge due to services not received. So they shut my credit card down. They canceled it. They're in the process of sending me a new credit card, which is fine. I'm really glad that my credit card company was just that much on top of it. When my credit card got shut down, we ended up going to Hacienda and ordering some food and drinks. Well, then we went to pay, my credit card was declined, and I was like, no, I've got several $100s on my card. Come to find out, yeah, they issued me a new card. And then I got off the phone with them just not that long ago. I was talking to them. And Special Touch Grooming and Academy, like I don't know how to say that since they spell it wrong. But they didn't even fight it. The credit card company was like, they must have known that they're a shitty company because they didn't even dispute the fact that you were disputing the charge. So they've already refunded the money. So when I get the credit card, it will have the money refunded on it. It's just, I have all this money that I can't access until the 7th, and so it kind of sucks. I mean, that's basically what's been going on. So I'm trying to use this month as just kind of a way to re-engage with my passions, like kind of figure out like what I want to do with my life and everything, and how I want to go forward. Which I think is necessary. I think we all need to stop and do that sometimes. Like just kind of like pause, reevaluate, have a comeback. And that's kind of what I need to do. You know, it's so challenging when you struggle. You already struggle just in day-to-day life. And then you do something where you just get yourself off track. And then you have to find the motivation to get yourself back on track. I'm not even gonna deal with highlighter and all of that jazz. Like, who am I? I'm just putting on some lip gloss and I think I'm done. So as far as my YouTube channel goes, and this is where I'm kind of at, so if you have a suggestion, feel free to help me out because I could really use it. I want to have specific days that I do certain things. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself and too much expectation, because then that's when I fold. When I start, like, because I don't know how to like balance, obviously that's been the whole theme of this video, is I'm thinking about doing like a wine and crime Wednesday where we sit down and we cover like a true story or a true crime case, which is something I'm really passionate about. I used to want to go to school to be an FBI profiler. I love true crimes. I'm really thinking, and I already have my first one all planned out. I already have it like researched, written out, I have the script, everything. So I'm ready for that. I just need to figure out a backdrop. But so I'm thinking about doing wine and crime Wednesdays, and then Fridays I'm thinking about doing like a Fry diary. So like I'll record anything that's interesting between like Saturday and Friday and then post that on Friday instead of having individual vlogs. And then if I had like a special thing come up, then I can post that as a vlog. And then I was thinking about doing Mondays as being like my vegan eats, to where I go and I do like the vegan food. And then I thought about doing it on Tuesdays because Anthony's home and I like to make videos with him when he's home. So I might make that a Tuesday. So that would have me posting Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. And then I still want to have like a random day that I can do like a story time or a beauty video or a challenge or a tag. It's kind of what I'm thinking as far as scheduling goes. I just don't know. It's so hard to create a schedule because then, like I said, I want to get back into doing the photography and then the makeup business, and I don't want to crash and burn, but I also want to challenge myself and push myself. I don't want to let myself get and stay stuck like I am right now. So I'm so bad about balance. I need to spray my face because we're gonna go outside for a walk, and even though I don't have much makeup on, I don't want it to come falling off my face already. So we're gonna go for a walk in a little bit. Yeah, I don't know, it's so pretty outside. It's in the 70s. It's absolutely gorgeous. I need to get I feel like I'm not giving myself much chance, but I need to get my life together like ASAP, preferably like today. maybe we can do that. That's all I have for you today. I'm sorry it's just kind of confusing and all over the place and basically just word vomit and everything. I am making a video in a little bit that I'm really excited about, and I hope you guys watch it. If you have any suggestions as far as scheduling or what kind of videos you'd like to see, please let me know. It would be really helpful to have some feedback. But make sure that you subscribe, turn on your notification bell so that you do get notified when I do post, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video, which hopefully is a lot less chaotic and a lot more focused. Until then, have a great day.